bank transaction anywhere in the world. So the commerce, computing, content, and of course communication have all come together. That's what we're talking about. And now this is, people like Stephen Jobs would say, the founder of Apple, that we are at a very, very early stage of that revolution. Touch screen, thought processing, you don't have to even talk. They will understand your thoughts. And then we will get passed on. You have to think of what product can you design. But you can capture my thought and you can immediately convert it into a book. But it's coming. Right? So these are what I'm talking about, the first case. The second case is about new materials and nanotechnology. It's a very, very powerful force because what we are talking about, the surface properties of materials, would be utilized in a much more competitive and powerful fashion. Every material has got properties which we have not utilized the way we could as nanotechnology. So the efficiency of material utilization would significantly increase. And the third, of course, is genetic engineering and biotechnology. Very, very powerful force. People are growing organs, people can grow your ear. Today I was watching the television this morning. If your leg gets cut off, unfortunately because of an accident, it could be regrown and put in place. I hope it doesn't happen now if we go through that. But on the other side, the technologies are available to fix such problems. So these three forces are all happening right at the same time. You really keep in mind. So when you are talking about jobs, you're not talking about jobs. You're talking about where do you want to play the role? What do you want to really do? And how do you want to connect with those opportunities? On the other side, the demand side is also asking for fundamental changes. As Mr. Jain was talking about, people are looking for ecological, eco-friendly, energy-efficient products worldwide. People outside the world are very interested in the nano car, but at the same time, people are saying, why do we have to at all have a car in a country like India or China with 1.2 billion people? Roads are already choked with about 3% of the population which has got access to cars. So think of if you had 50%, not 50, this was not 50, 20%. You would not be able to travel, you'd rather walk. So we have to think about what is that ecological, energy-efficient products means. See, the choice of solutions, people are becoming solution-oriented. Many of the questions that you asked me, what happens to me after that? Business schools be it, education systems be it, healthcare systems be it. People are no longer saying that I want education. I think as we say, you want a solution for yourself so you can unfold yourself in a much more effective way. That's why we're talking about mind-brain activation. So in every sphere of life, whether it's education or non-education, the choice of solutions, customized solution. Sudeesh was talking about one-to-one mentoring system that United World wants to do. That's excellent. Because the world is, everyone needs a very specific solution. The way I intend to serve you will be different from the way I intend to serve her. And by the way, I'm offering myself my email so you can contact me anytime. I would like to serve all of you because that's my job. When we say consulting, it's basically a servant who wants to serve people so each one of my clients can succeed. So when I'm talking to you, I'm looking at you as my clients, not as students whom I would like to serve. You may choose not to pay me the fees, that's fine for the time being. For the time being. But for the time being, it's unspoken. In the future, I think it depends upon your generosity and the greatness. The fees can flow. And of course, that goes to the flows, free economic flows. That is another big development of the, I would say, later part of the last century, 20th century, WTO. Unthinkable the way money is moving from country to country, the products are moving from country to country. So when you say I'm running out of money, maybe there's someone in India cannot fund you, or maybe someone in China can fund you, because he or she sees the value in what you do. And that has become possible thanks to WTO. Thanks to the kind of discussions we are right now having as we speak in Copenhagen on world takeover environment, I think is opening up new territories, new boundaries, great opportunities, as well as great threat if you do not participate.
Actually, your example, like one of the examples which I like always as to how the world can serve is the microfinance, the Kiva and other websites which actually said that people from the developed countries actually can provide loans as microfinance to the people in developing countries.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think we should all feel proud of, after all, when I talk India, by the way, it may not be politically correct, but I looked at India from Afghanistan to the old India. That's my definition of India. And one of the reasons I decided to stay out of India is that I enjoy the luxury of still believing India as we used to know, and we should feel very proud that Muhammad Yunus gave birth to a concept, microfinance, which is from this part of the world, which the whole world is embracing. The whole world is talking about it. I think Muhammad Yunus, perhaps, after takeover, is the biggest hero of the South Asian region in terms of the contribution of impact.
So you just mentioned about Copenhagen Summit. I was just going to ask you the question, do you expect any solution as far as India is concerned, or the developing countries are concerned, to happen in the Copenhagen Summit? Because there is a huge...
I've got your question. I think I see a great solution. But all we have to believe first that it has to be a very different type of solution, economic behave, and let me tell you what. I like to see that India goes back to villages, not become cities. Each village is a center of excellence. They have got the basic amenities from broadband to solar power. They have a village community where there's a school, there's a temple, there's a mosque, there's a church, and whatever religious institution you want to have. There's a cricket and a football ground. But each is a community where people are self-sufficient, connected with each other the way the Britishers did the railways, internet, very limited use of cars. So that could India provide, because the Vedic philosophy has already given the answer. Vedic philosophy, how many of you have read the Vedic Vedas? Maybe that should be part of the curriculum. I would like to offer that from Boston. through the internet, on the street. Digitization, I'll offer that. Because I'm going to teach Vedic philosophy to MIT students in January 15th to 21st in part of my leadership program. Now, if I boil it down, the Vedic philosophy, basically there are 3 points. First point, which we're going to cover today, know thyself. From where you can say, if it is to be, it's up to me. Know thyself. Know who you are. True sense of yourself. The second part of the Vedic philosophy is about harmony with nature. As soon as you take the concept of harmony with nature, true sense of yourself, this community concept that I was talking about, the village center, centers of excellence, and let there be millions of such villages, each with about 1,000 people. I think that's the India we live in. And where a lot of dosage of Sanskrit, the Sanskrit is a very powerful, efficient language, because each word has got a lot of context. So if you want to move into that instant culture, we're talking about that, first you have to go back to Sanskrit and enjoy the relish the beautiful words that Sanskrit provides. So I could see that India could really bring that to the world in the name of Copenhagen Summit, as opposed to talk about carbon trading. Those are minor points. India is meant for some much bigger role, which India is not playing. When Manmohan Singh went to Obama's big party, I expected much more. I expected Manmohan Singh to be able to say that, look, we understand Afghanistan. Alexander came from Afghanistan. We understand Pakistan. It is the place where Harappa Mohenjo-daro civilization grew. We you have to take a much more holistic approach. It is not Taliban versus Al-Qaeda versus X versus Y versus Z. The more you cut it this way, the more problems you will create. You will never solve the problem. But then Indian leadership has to bring the Vivekananda-like charisma to the world out there and deal with Afghanistan and Pakistan, because these countries were originally very much part of the Vedic culture. Now, when the culture gets broken into pieces, think of your backbone cut into a couple of pieces.